popular. We all know and love calla lilies. We look at that trumpet shape of the bloom and immediately we know this is a gorgeous plant that everyone stops to look at. This is a 5-piece collection of these colorful calla lily bulbs, and this includes your Roberta's Bounty as well. So not only do you receive those bulbs, you receive Roberta's Bounty to help you get everything fertilized and growing at its optimum quality for $36.98. The Roberta's Bounty on its own is about $25. So when you then get 5 bulbs in addition, it's $2.40 per bulb. And these are perennials. Can you imagine? $2.40. And you have these year after year after year. It's amazing.
It's amazing. So I do want to say, Rachel, these are what are called a tender perennial. So if you live somewhere that gets very cold, like, you know, Minnesota or something like that, you're going to want to bring your bulbs inside for the winter time. So whether they're in a container, you can just bring your container in or just dig them back up. For most of us though, you know, even here in Westchester, my brother grows them in the ground and they come back year after year. So just wanted to clarify, it's not a full-fledged perennial. Sometimes you will need to bring them in, depending on where you live.
So just check where you live and kind of what your temperatures get to.
But wherever you live, you can expect having what we have here on set this very first year, because this is a 5-piece collection and there is one bulb in each of these containers in every color. I'd love to run through the colors with you. So over here we have the sunshiny yellow, like you mentioned earlier, with the calibrachoa and then also the begonias. Absolutely beautiful. And the front is a sunset orange. It always reminds me of like Georgia O'Keeffe paintings. She always paints those beautiful callas. Back here is a very royal purple color, absolutely stunning. And like you mentioned, these are some of the most elegant flowers because of that very unique sort of trumpet shape. And then this is a pink. It's almost like a lipstick magenta or something like that. Very bright and beautiful. And then last but not least, what's considered the most expensive.
Okay, I was gonna say, I don't think I've ever seen a color like this.
I know it. Most expensive and rare calla is this black, deep, almost dark purple aubergine color. And so you are getting one of every color you just saw. But like Rachel mentioned, the cherry on top is that this collection comes with a bag of our customer top rated all-purpose plant food, the Bounty. So like she mentioned, on .com, this is like $25 in and of itself. So you're growing these callas for $2 and change. And as we've been saying all show, this stuff is, not only do we use it on everything we grow, it has an indefinite shelf life. So you can use it on your calla lilies, you can use it on your begonias, anything you're growing, and don't worry if at the end of the season you haven't used it all, you just save it. But what's really cool is, you know, in the winter, I use it on my houseplants. So it works on anything you're growing.
You're gonna, once you start using Roberta's Bounty, you're going to be coming back for more and more, so you might as well
stock up.
Stock up, because $25 and then what is it, $11, $12 additionally? You can also receive a 5-piece set of the calla lilies. So bring these home. Now, Steph, as I'm looking at them, I'm thinking these are so gorgeous, they must be really tough to grow.
Yeah, not at all.
Okay,
so again, similarly with those begonias or the rose lily, calla lilies are some of the easiest things to grow. I'd love to show you. We have a little pot of dirt here, of our potting mix, excuse me. So what we have is one of our party planters. This is a 15-inch container, and it is filled with this black gold natural and organic potting mix. Again, you can find this on QVC.com. It just, honestly, to have healthy plants, you need healthy soil. And this is chock full of everything your plants need. And it gets sent free of charge to your door. You don't have to lug it around, which I love. So here I have a big old container, and what you're gonna do for your calla bulbs. Now, I should mention, Rachel, these are just not some humdrum callas. These are premier grower bulbs, so you can see just how large. It's almost the size of my palm. If you were to find callas in a expensive catalog, they would be a quarter of this size. Because, because the growers wanna keep them for themselves, so that they get the most flowers to then send or to sell to the floral industry. Now you're gonna be your own florist with these. It's amazing.
Because if you've ever gone to a florist shop and said, "Can I have one stem of a calla lily, please?"
Pretty penny.
You will know how much you have to pay for that, and it's much more than $2.40.
That's
and that's going to give you a full plant. So
you're totally right. So I'm just going to go ahead and quickly nestle these in. Now bulbs are so easy. Honestly, in the callas, they only need to be covered, you know, with a couple of inches of soil. And because this container is so big, I'm gonna just happily place all 5 together. And that's how I like to grow mine, because I like a kaleidoscope of color all in one place. So You're gonna water these in really well. Once they start to sprout,
Yep.
again, that's when you're gonna start to use the bounty. This is included in the collection. So if you've never grown anything a day in your life, this is the best collection to start off with, because bulbs, not only are they easy, but we're giving you just a little bit of extra help by ensuring that they're gonna be well fed, because it comes with.
That's amazing. And one thing that we actually haven't spoken about since we began the hour is our Roberta's guarantee as well. So maybe we could speak to that too for anyone who's a little bit hesitant and nervous.
So we have a Gotta Grow guarantee, which basically says we guarantee your perennials for 1 year from the time of shipment, and your annuals and tropicals for 90 days. So really, we're just holding your hand the whole way. If for whatever reason your garden doesn't meet your expectations, just give us a call.
Yes,
but
and
truly,
we'll make it right. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right. But these callas really are some of the easiest. You know, our dear friend Monifa Days, she actually grew these for the first time last year, and we've talked about them since, and they surpassed all her expectations.
Really?
She's a new gardener. She was pretty nervous, and she was like, oh my gosh, they came back for me. Like, they're already starting to come up here in Westchester. She's thrilled. So really, if you've never grown anything before, what a wonderful plant to start off with, not only because your garden's going to be chock full of color, but also, like Rachel mentioned, if you love cut flowers, grow them yourself.
Yes.
Don't go and spend much more than this collection on just a simple bouquet.
Right, that's going to then be gone in, you know, maybe 10 days if you're lucky.
Exactly.
So save this and have this. When this starts blooming, how long will it bloom?
That's a good question. So callas, if you actually touch like this flower here, Rachel, you can feel that it's, I don't even know, that it's very thick.
Yeah.
The texture is very thick. So
Almost feels like foliage.
Exactly. So because of that, the flowers last a very long time. If you leave them on the plant, they can last up to a month.
Wow.
If you cut them into a little vase of water like I have here, these have been in water. Granted, I've changed the water.
Yeah.
But they've been, I think we're going on like 2.5 weeks.
Wow.
So they really last a good long time as a cut flower, which is why they're so, you know, beloved in the floral industry. But truly, by growing this collection, you're going to have a little flower factory at home.
Yes.
And what's really cool, I know you said you don't have any outdoor space. This is actually one collection. If you have a very sunny window that gets, you know, 6 hours at least, you can grow these with success inside as well.
Okay, I'm trying that.
You should.
I do. I have a big window.
That's amazing.
Okay, I'm excited.
There
I'm
you
going to
go.
try.
That's
okay,
great.
amazing. And especially because as someone who I haven't grown flowers indoors before,
Totally.
I get the Roberta's Bounty.
Yes.
So all I need to do is I'm going to go order some potting soil.
That's right.
And I'm going to get a pot, and I'm going to grow them inside. I'm going to do it.
I want to hear about it.
I'm going to do it. And remember, I'm going to receive all 5 colors.
Absolutely.
Black, tell me again the colors.
Black, pink, purple, orange, and yellow.
Amazing. $36.98, $25 on its own if you want to pick up the Roberta's Bounty.
Right.
So get it now. $2.40 per bulb once you take into account that Roberta's Bounty. Okay, I'm doing it.